How often do you train? You mean work? You talking about working out? Every day, man. What up, what up? Dude, I recently switched to Trading View, and boy, it's hella different. Takes some getting used to. Definitely takes some getting used to. I'm not in a trade. I'm not targeting anything. I wait for the market to open at 9:30. Man, I feel like shit for some reason. Appreciate that, Jay. Appreciate it, man. Trying to get there. Tell you what, man, it was all I could do not to crawl back into bed just a few minutes ago. I was like literally so close to being like, yeah, I'm not streaming today. I just feel like I can't get enough sleep, man. Bro, you look like C-Bomb. Appreciate that, man. What's up, Essentials? How's it going? Dave, how's it going, man? Ready for some good price action? Yes, sir. Hopefully we get it. Janko, what's up? Anybody riding this long right now? Order book just acted weird when we hit that swing point. You read that short? Nice. Yeah, that was a dump. $0.84. You're on ES. $0.84. You on ES? Gold. Which is your best pair? I don't trade Forex, man. What up? Do you know who Alex G is? I do. Hola. Yeah, this is NASDAQ. NASDAQ futures. What does he mean by trading the blind spot? I saw that video too. I was honestly not paying close attention to it. I was like doom scrolling. I saw that video too though. I didn't pay much attention to it. I'd have to rewatch it. Didn't know what he was talking about, man. I try to be completely honest with you. I try to absorb other people's trading content as little as possible. Because I have a system that I know works, and I don't want to unintentionally influence my own thinking by absorbing other people's stuff. Bro was marketing his course. He hangs out with some people that I know. I don't know. I mean, I'm not like close with any of them, but it's an interesting group of people. Come from different backgrounds. What's your time right now? It's 9:03 and 29 seconds. Back at it again. Doing good, Rye. I'm feeling like, to be honest, I'm feeling like shit right now, but I'm trying to shake it off. I just feel like I am, like, if I close my eyes right now, I feel like I could fall asleep. And I had like 8 or 9 hours of sleep last night. And I had a nap yesterday, a long nap. So I don't know. I don't know if my body's fighting something off or if I'm pushing it too hard in the gym or what's going on. What's your bench max? 405. Drago, yeah. I'm waiting for open. I feel like the YouTube stream looks super bright for some reason. Yeah, I'm with you on that, King. That's what I always tell people too. You're exactly right. Prediction when the market opens. We're building up a lot of sell side liquidity here. It's a hard push higher, so we could keep pushing, but got a decent amount of sell side liquidity built up. I would predict a pump, an initial pump, but who knows, man? I don't try to predict price. I just go with whatever the market gives me. Hope we get a retest of the 70s on the S. I think that's doable. Dakota, what's up, man? I don't use RSI. At what point would you open a short? I would open a short when the book map is lit up to the downside. And when you see these volume bubbles lit up red instead of a mixture of red and green, when you see the sellers in control, which would be signified by these volume dots being lit up in red, that's when I would start to get into a short. I'd want to see a clear direction that that's where price wants to go. I'd look for a slight pullback. I'd enter on the pullback, and then we'd head towards a target underneath us. But that's just how I trade a short in general. That's not what I'm looking for right now. It always amazes me how few people have seen Bookmap. It's one of the most key tools that successful traders use. It's a level 2 data software. Most of us are not successful. Can't say that, man. You gotta have. You're my Bookmap. It's not something you put on your charts, man. It's a software you buy, you pay for. Bro can't convince me to understand that multiversal chart. I don't try to convince anybody of anything, man. Trade whatever way works for you. Anybody who's been here long enough and hears me call out key levels to a literal point within a point of the exact level will tell you that Bookmap is legitimate. I haven't taken any longs. I'm waiting for market open. Another 20 minutes, 21 minutes. I don't see anybody else talk about it. Yeah, Janko, there's plenty of other people that use it, but the majority of people on like TikTok and stuff, they don't. PJ Trades uses it. Rips uses it. Most of the guys at the prop firms, like the people who actually work for the prop firms or own the prop firms, they use it. You talk to any of those guys, and they'll tell you they 100% do use it. How did you learn to trade? Trial and error, man. No, I spent a lot of time. YouTube, well, first of all, I started by just blowing my own money being an idiot. Didn't realize there was all the resources out there that are available. After a couple of years of doing that, I discovered the resources and started teaching myself. Yeah, it's a lot of trial and error. Day trading. Different order flow softwares. Oh, I got you, agent. I thought you were talking about like TradingView. I was like, I don't know that you can put a heat map on TradingView. Doesn't Rip strictly trade Bookmap? Yeah, I think I've seen him dog an ICT. Yeah, he doesn't. I mean, he's got people that he's close with that trade ICT. So I mean, he's not like, oh, if you trade ICT, you're stupid. But he personally, he does not like Michael. Him and Michael have a beef. Is your name Christian or you are a Christian? Both. I'm a follower of Christ and my name is Christian. Michael's ego is insane. Yeah, it is. I think he's got something wrong with him, I think. I don't want to diagnose. He seems almost like, I don't even know. Can you be my dad? Can I claim you on my taxes? If the answer is yes, then yes. Sun's out. Yep. Sun's out, guns out. Looking small right now. No glycogen in the muscles. We'll get there. Should work out before the stream to get a pump. Makes sense because what he says is hilarious, but could tell there's some beef. Yeah, he's not a fan of his. They've gone at it back and forth before. Rips has honestly just made him look stupid. Rips challenged him to a trading competition with a personal capital account. It was like the first one to a million or something. And within like, you'd have to look into this because I could be misquoting it a little bit, but it's basically, this is the general idea. Within a couple of weeks, they started at like 50,000 or 100,000. Within like a couple of weeks, Michael had blown the account and quit the contest. Thanks for feeding the viewers. Probably the most jacked trader on. I appreciate that, man. Do you pay child support? No, I'm a deadbeat. I do not. What's up, Flo? How's it going, man? I don't have a daily bias. I don't usually do daily biases. I mean, I have an idea of where I think price is going to go, but I think you can kind of get too caught up in that and get blinded to setups that might be against what your previous mindset was. Like if I tell you right now that my bias is bullish, it could potentially cause me either consciously or subconsciously to block out looking for short setups. So I just keep an open mind, man. I have an idea based on my analysis pre-market, but I wait for the market to open and try to just roll with it. What website can I use to practice? Yeah, TradingView. TradingView. And if you don't pay for live data, Thrifty, your charts will be about 10 minutes delayed. So keep that in mind. You could like open a position and all of a sudden you're in drawdown immediately or you're in profit immediately and you're wondering why. It's because your data is delayed. So wherever you're entering with that delayed data is not exactly accurate. But you can pay for data, $7 for CME data. Do you work out? No, I don't. Nope. I want to get into it though. If you know anybody you can point me to learn from. Gifting is suspended for 10 minutes. This behavior is not in line with our policies. What behavior? What did I do? I'm literally sitting here. What has Jesus got to do with trading? Jesus has to do with every single thing you do in life, man. Yeah, true that, Latvia. You got to buy the essential plan and then the CME data, yeah. Reaper says really close to giving up trading. Why is that, man? If you ever used a professional platform, what do you mean by that? Like a personal brokerage? Like a Charles Schwab or something? Thinkorswim? Does that mean there is an Islamic trade account as well? Not sure what your question is there, Sensei. I'm sure there's plenty of people who are Muslim who are traders. Smashing some sushi before open. What time is it where you are, Mike? Didn't you say you were? Where'd you say you were? South Africa? Is that where you said you were? Can't remember. So I don't have it marked out because I just have the indicator turned off right here. Yeah. Scotland, that's right. Yeah, Scotland. Some sushi before market open. That actually sounds good. I'm stuffed right now, dude. I am a Christian, Sensei. I am a Christian, and my name is Christian. Literally my birth name. I live in Finland. I wake up at 4:30, so I get to enjoy H Open in London Open. Yeah. Nice. Finland. It's interesting. How'd you get the name Sensei Seagull? Where does that come from? When did you start becoming profitable? Appreciate that, Robert. When did I start making some good money from this? Really started kicking in the middle of last year, but the beginning of last year is when I first started taking payouts. February of last year is when I took my first payout. He was my sensei back in '82. Great guy. What car do you drive? A Ford Pinto. What did it feel like getting your first payout? Honestly, man, when I first discovered prop firms, it all seemed too good to be true. Like I was like, I gotta be getting scammed right now. But it's legit, man. Like it is 100% legit. Do you do this full time? Yeah, I do. I'm in school too, man. I go to college right now. When you hop on your PC in the morning, what's your routine as far as setting up charts, reading news, etc.? Jack, I posted a video on. Did I guess I might not have posted it on the YouTube also. I think I did. It's on my YouTube Shorts, I think. Exactly what I do when I sit down. I'll check out FinViz, which is a website. I turn on Maria Bartiromo, which she's on Fox Business. I look at the headlines from Bloomberg and some of those other outlets. I double check the Forex Factory to see what the scheduled economic news is. And then when I sit down here, I look over what happened yesterday. And then I chart out for today. I clear the chart from yesterday and chart out exactly what I'm seeing today. Go to the 1 hour time frame. I drop a vertical line here, and then I use the ray tool to turn on the ICT kill zone and pivots indicator, and then I mark out all these key levels. And one thing I forgot to do today was mark out the previous day's candle. Turn off the VWAP. Mark out the previous day just to have it. There we go. Do I have any predictions? Will you be trading tomorrow, or do you skip right in? I'll be trading tomorrow. First time here. Really like you. Appreciate the positive energy. Hey, I appreciate you being here, man. Appreciate you being here. I have take profit, and this year I didn't take any return, but it's coming soon. Yeah, I mean, as long as you keep showing up, man, and you keep correcting any mistakes that you're making, you just keep learning, eventually it'll work. Can't force it. You can't rush it. I don't have any predictions, essential. How do you link funded? There's multiple ways, man. If you're using TradeAvate and you're with the same firm, you're trying to link the same firm's accounts, multiple accounts at the same firm, you can do it through TradeAvate. If you're trying to link across firms, like so all those accounts are together, I use a trading platform or a trade copying platform called TradeSyncer, SYNCER. There's just different ways. Oh, and the indicator that shows those key levels is called the ICT Kill Zone and Pivots Indicator. And again, there's a video on my TikTok that goes over all that stuff. Why can't we see your view up? I just turned it off when I was marking that up. It's right there. I actually haven't been liking, where does this have this? 69.84. That's close. Slightly off. I like to anchor the view up on the book map better than on TradingView. I like noticing patterns like that, Latvia. Remember that they don't always, like the one time you might rely a little too heavily on that sort of pattern recognition, it could burn you, but it is interesting to keep track of that sort of thing. I like things like that. There was a page I follow that talks, like they show different things like that. Like, I think you probably heard me say, like, there was one that I saw not too long ago. It was like 70% of the time when ES opened above midnight, the midnight level, it returned to that level at some point in the AM session. Like there's just weird statistics like that. Looking for shorts? I'm not looking for anything right now, man. I'm waiting for market. We got 6 minutes till the market opens. We're just going to see how price wants to behave. We're going to be super patient and wait. London high the target? Potentially, yeah. Wow, you look like Logan CSO. He's a live trader right now, too. I came across his page. Somebody had said that to me before, and I hadn't seen him. And then I came across his page a couple days ago. He posted that sad video about his buddy passing away. That's funny that people think we look alike, though. How long do you usually wait after the opening to enter a trade? I wait for clear direction where price has kind of decided which way it's trying to go, and it'll be pretty obvious when that happens. This is what I'm seeing on the book map right now. The book map really tells us everything. So price is really going to want to take the 400s here, the low 400s, before it does anything else, would be my guess. So we could push up there to 25, 402.50 and turn around. Or that could create the momentum we need to push all the way up to London high, which is up in the 20s, up in the 420 range. So we'll just stay patient and see what it wants to do. He was a Marine. Were you? I was not. I did not serve. I did not serve. What's up, Hugo? How's it going? Yeah, appreciate that, Janko. Yeah, Jack, it's called Nephew Sam. If you just search ICT kills, or what is it, FEG/IFVG, you'll see Nephew Sam on there somewhere. Still have time to serve. Turning 33 in 10 days here, man. I think the only branch that'll take me right now is the Army. I think 35 is the cutoff for them, right? Is this your full-time job? Yeah, it is. Did they raise it? What is it now? 40 something. Holy crap. I did go to a military high school and was planning to go into the Marines. But everybody says that. I don't like being that guy. It's like, yeah, I was going to join, but now I was doing the pulley program and all that. I got cold feet, man. To be completely honest. I was a bitch. Bro does not look 30. I thought you were 25. The hairline doesn't give it away, man. How long have you been in, Dave? Nathan, what's up, man? Are you using Bookmap? Yeah, that's what you see on your screen right there. Hello. That's the software that I have. Oh, so you'll get the full shebang. Is that how that works, or do you need 25 for the full? I wanted to join, but I didn't want to get clapped by a drone. Valid. Did 7 years in the Royal Air Force. I've heard those guys are badass, man. In the reserve, so I'll get a partial. Where are you based right now, Dave? Or stationed, I guess. Lucid Flex, Bryson. I think that's the best plan, in my opinion. This is the 5-minute time zone, or time frame. Texas would do my reserve time in Boston. I got you. Yeah. You got orders. It's cleared out a little bit, but you got orders up to 25,400. Pulling back down now, probably into the 25,370 area, I would imagine. Into this area right here. We'll see if that creates momentum to go lower. This is why I wait. What'd you see on Bookmap to indicate a trade? Clear direction. Well, you need clear direction. You need something like this right here. I want to catch something like this. And it doesn't even need to be this full move, man. It could literally be one candle, depending on my sizing. Like this candle right here would be a beautiful trade. So like if you see this rejection here, this pullback down, and you get in like in this little area right here, and then you ride it up, that's all you really need from Bookmap. Looking like, hey, I appreciate that, Zach. All right, market open. Strong push down into those. Damn, went all the way to the 50s and then rejected out of it. Of course, I got to pee right before the market opens here. What's up, Matt? How's it going? I'm going to use the bathroom real quick. I'm not going to take a trade yet, so it doesn't really matter. I'll be right back. Doing good, Zach. Tired, man. Tired. Very tired. I don't know if I've been hitting it too hard in the gym or if I'm, My body's fighting something off, but I feel like I just can't get enough sleep. But we're pushing through. Yeah, starting to warm up a little bit. It's 40 here, man. I think it's warmest it's been in a while. Yo, yo. What'd it do? Nathan, I think I'm squared away right now, man. Sitting at about 500 a week at the moment. My opinion is buy. Could be right. Yo, you is huge. Appreciate that. Yeah, currently, Matt. Currently. And I just got back on. I took a pretty long break. $25 in New Jersey. I'm good on that. And I woke up this morning at 5:30. It was cold. It was about 30 something, low 30s. But it's been in the 20s for the past couple days, man. I mean, the snow that we got still hasn't fully melted around here. Everything's still iced up. Yeah, we're a little decoupled. Look at that wick, dude. That's a 5-minute wick right there. That's not even a 1 minute. This is what I was talking about with all this sell side here. This is juicy for a short, but I'm not seeing anything so far. I mean, there's momentum, but there's hardly. We're bouncing off this VWAP at 25,350 on NQ. Did somebody ask that? I don't. I never have, actually. I never have. 10 degrees in upstate New York, bro. I am so good on that. Honestly, I don't mind that if it's gonna be that cold though. I just want it to snow. Like I want it to be snowing. I don't want it to just be cold for no reason. This VWAP's holding us up here. If it blows through that, starts trading underneath it, it could push all the way down to the 300. 29 in Wyoming, that's not terrible. I would expect Wyoming to be colder than that. Anything 20 and below is unnecessary. Where's our Russian friend? He needs to chime in here. I guarantee it's colder than that in Moscow right now. I watched a documentary the other day on like the coldest city on earth or whatever. It's like that city in Russia. It like stays negative 30 or something. Been a weird year, yeah. 14 in Moscow. Brisk 76. Palace, you're chilling. What part of Mexico are you in? Yeah, if you're back to touch on trading real quick, since that's what I'm doing, I would be very careful getting into anything right here. We're in the middle of this zone, pretty much just smack dab in the middle of it. So just stay patient. Don't try to sit here and you know, basically guess into a trade. I think at this point right here at this VWAP, it could go either direction. So it's starting to build momentum to the downside, but I'm not fully convinced of it. So just be careful. There he is. What's the temperature over in Moscow right now, man? How do you even say that? Michoacan? 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 How do you say that? I don't speak Spanish. Never even taken Spanish. Pushing lower here. -10 Celsius. Key level right here at 300. Big stack of orders. ES is pushing under the VWAP right now. It's -20 last week. So good on that, man. -7 Celsius in Alberta. Oops. About to catch a flight down to Florida. Tapped that 300 level. Tapped that 300, pushed off of it pretty hard. I think we still got lower here. I think 280 is a target that we're looking for around this Asia low. But we'll see. Building a tunnel to get to NC. I've heard they got stuff to detect that now, Ballas. I don't think that's going to work, man. They got those scanners. Just apply for an H-1B visa, man. They're handing those things out like candy right now. What does the book map say? It says that there's a bunch of orders stacked underneath us right there. See, this is why it's dangerous, man. You would have anticipated that we were just going to absorb those orders. Part of it gets absorbed there at the 300 level. We push back up. Didn't take down to 280 there. Just got to be careful. Caught my short. There you go. Can you explain bookmap? Yeah. So this is what's called level 2 data. So basically what this is, you see these lines, like the big line down here at 25,280, those are orders. Those are limit orders that are stacked up in the market. These are market orders that are being placed right here. So the volume bubbles indicate which side is basically winning, whether it's buyers or sellers. So you can change this to look a different way. I have it basically as an aggregate or a cumulative. So if there's more sellers, it's going to be more red. But price, the general concept of trading is price is attracted to liquidity. So that's what you see this trying to basically absorb the liquidity. And now you would anticipate price is going to come down here to the 25,290 and then create some momentum, hopefully, through that, and then push down to 280. Right now, this 300 level, as you can see, it's been a point of rejection. We rejected here off of it earlier. Now we're pushing through it. There's into the 280s now. Now this 25,280 is a key level right here. And then below that, you still have some orders, kind of a line in the sand is that 250 level, but this is really the next level that we're paying attention to here is this 25,280. Funny how the 250, yeah, once you start paying attention to the book map, it lines up with certain ICT concepts and stuff like that. Made a band. There you go, Reaper. Thought you were going to quit, man. I was. It's called Bookmap. It's not an indicator. It's a software you have to download. You can get it at bookmap.com. I have a link in my Discord. You can use my code. You'll get 20% off of the Bookmap subscription, and then you also have to pay for data. Yeah, typically, Zach, I like to take trades on the 1 minute, especially if I'm taking a Bookmap trade. Daily target met, locked out. There you go. Sushi, daily target. Now you can go chill, man. All in with the Bookmap subscription and the data, excuse me, you're looking at about $100 a month, maybe slightly over $100. Once you get used to using this thing, though, dude, you'll be like, I don't know how I traded without it before. That's really how amazing it is. There you go, Zach. Nice work, man. Reader's like, I'm back, baby. So you can use it as a confluence with your trading strategy that you already have. Like if you're trading ICT and you're, for instance, trading a unicorn model, and you're like, all right, I want to take this trade, but I'm worried the price is going to dump below where the swing point is here. You could look at the book map and say, yeah, there's a bunch of orders down there. I'm gonna hold off. Or you could see that there's a bunch of orders stacked up higher, and you're like, this is definitely reinforcement that we're going to go long here, and you jump into a trade. Kato, what's up, man? Hey, I understand. Some time off is needed every now and then. Been there. Save some shoulders for us. Dude, my shoulders are not looking great right now. We're getting them back though. It could, Nick. This could be just a retrace to dump lower. We'll see. The reason I'm not totally convinced is I'd like to see ES come down here and sweep this as well, take the rest of this sell side. But if you guys remember yesterday, we pumped before ES did that. ES never made that move down before we started pumping. Dude, what is up with your name? Is that pump fun? What you mean? Nick, I've been recently over this past month, or I guess since the start of the month, I've been leaning so heavily into Bookmap, man, that key levels are obviously important on the chart for me personally, and I still think ICT concepts are very useful, but I have really been leaning into Bookmap. So candle formation really, for me, is not something that I've been using recently to justify my entries. When the Bookmap's just clear as day, and we get these slight little pullbacks like this, if I was sure of a short here, this little pullback would have been perfect to try to get in on it. I'm not sure of it. That's why I'm not in on it. We still do have orders stacked up to 25, 250 down lower, down to this level. So this would be kind of a setup that I would be interested in taking. What I've been taking recently, like yesterday, the day before, pretty much all last week. Yeah, Zach, I'm working on it slowly. We're getting there, man. Knock on wood, we've had a green day every day this month so far. Had a green day every day since end of January. Majority of January I got cooked, but the very end of January and all this month so far I've been green. Yeah, Rips is rubbing off. It's hard to argue with the results, man. Patience is key to anything, man. Like that's what I've said to people before. You can trade, people, joke on trend line trading or supply and demand trading. They try to bag on it or whatever. But in my opinion, from what I've seen, you can have success with virtually any trading style or philosophy. The question is your discipline, your ability to execute and not over trade, not over leverage. And sitting on your hands, like Balas just said, is one of the key things. Like that, being able to just sit here and not feel some sort of anxiety like you're missing out on something. For which prop firms is the code? Take Profit Trader, Tradeify, Lucid, Apex, Alpha Futures, Bookmap, Tradezilla, OnlyFans. I'm just kidding. I'm probably going to get banned for even saying that word. I'm kidding. I don't have an OnlyFans. Should have sat on my hands, but I entered pre-market as a buy. Hopefully you had a pretty tight stop. Hi. Couldn't resist. We have dump right there, back down to this 250 potentially. The 250 is a key level here. Check out the 1 minute. This is the 1 minute, and this is NQ, but this is the 1 minute on ES. So a little decoupled still. These orders still stacked right here at 250, right at this level. Can you show the heat map for ES? Yeah. That's ES. So you got orders below us too here. NQ looks like it wants these. It came down and took some of them at 25,251. This is how that looks on the chart here. So you get, look at that push. This is how you can get cooked, man. You got to be super patient. So many times I've gotten cooked because I'm just like, oh, it's definitely going to 250 right there. It's definitely going down. And I'll get in right here at this low point instead of looking for these pullbacks and waiting for confirmation that it does actually want to go lower. So you can't just blindly take a position simply because there's orders stacked. You got to have clear direction. You got to have a slight pullback, or as Rips calls it, a pitch and catch. The pitch is the pullback. The catch is down here. You catch it once it hits the target. It hit 251, I believe. No, it didn't even hit that. It hit, you got to think these are like 5-minute increments here. So 250 is down a little lower. It didn't quite get to 250. What's with, what did you say, Kyle? Christian W. Last name is Williamson. My last name. Dude, I stink. I forgot to put that deodorant on this morning. Holy cow. I was like, what is that? Musty. You smell fine. Thanks, pals. I could have made a joke right there, but it would have been, the new people here would have taken it the wrong way. Pushing off the VWAP, or getting close to it here on NQ. It's interesting. This 2 days in a row that ES has left this lowest point on the sell side. If it does end up actually leaving it, if we break out of this range up here, that'd be interesting. Which it definitely looks like the momentum's there to do that. We'll see though. How long have you been trading? 4 years. What'd you do, Nick? My phone is blowing up. What's the deal? It's so funny to see somebody post something professional on LinkedIn after they just posted something like on their private Instagram. That's like literally last night of complete unprofessional debauchery. Been using TPO imbalances as key levels recently, and seems to be really good. You're in that long? You're short. Gotta stay patient. Sorry about that. School thing. Our class is going great, man. Going great. I cannot complain. A lot of liquidity above us here on the book map. Yeah, 90-point candle on the 5-minute. And 16-point on ES. Wild. ES just took that London high. NQ has not. Pass your count. There you go, King. Did you take that trade, Nathan? You were in on that long? You sure about that, Nick? It took the London low pre-market. It left the high. The candle from 7:30 a.m. Longed up to midnight. It's not a bad trade, man. Yeah, I cut my London session cuts off at 8 a.m. when the New York AM session starts, as you can see here. So this happened at 7:30. Technically speaking, London goes till noon. The reason I cut it off at 8 is that's when supposedly the algorithms turn on for the New York session. But technically, the actual market itself is open until noon East Coast time. Still a bunch of orders at 25,410 and then all the way up to 25,30, 25,430, which would be the previous day high, basically. But NQ, ES took it previous day. NQ has not, so NQ's lagging slightly. Five-minute continuation is what you're looking for, Kyle. I like the thinking. Just a little touch back into that right at the VWAP, a little push into that, and then you're going to long it to the moon. You talked to Netanyahu. He gave you the nod. Verse of the day, good idea. Romans 5, 3 through 4. Not only so, but we also glory in our sufferings, because we know that suffering produces perseverance, perseverance, character, and character, hope. Boom. Aim for the moon. Maybe TP it stairs. Dude, are we going to the moon? Somebody's trying to convince me. The government's trying to convince us that we're about to head back to the moon. That was Romans 5, 3 through 4. What does the Bible say about steroids? Given the fact that that was not around at the time, specifically, doesn't say anything. If it did say something, it would have to be injected prior or post invention of steroids. It's all made in a Hollywood basement. That's true. They blasted Nitrin. That's funny. Why did the price rebound after the news, even though it was positive? What do you mean? Why did it dump? Or why did it go up? And which news are you talking about? Talking about the core retail sales? How do you manage lust, man? That is one of the hardest things. I struggle with that too, man. I think every human being struggles with that tremendously. It's tough. I honestly don't have a good answer for you. I think it takes a lot of hard work and intentional action to kind of avoid it. Yeah, Bookmap's pretty. It's got orders up to into the 400s, but I'd like to see a pullback stronger than this first. And there are orders up into the 700s to 710, all the way up to 720. Yeah, man. Flo says my FYP used to cause me to stumble a lot. I had to clean that up. Dude, I feel like if you've ever made a new account, or if you've recently made a new account and you go on there and you obviously like somehow it knows you're a guy, before you ever even look at anything, you're automatically flooded with all kinds of stuff like that. And it's like, it's demonic, man. Like it really is. Like it forces it upon you. You got to actively try to cleanse your feed to not show you that stuff. No, Prince, that was a good question, man. I think that a lot more people struggle with that than are willing to admit. Either they're embarrassed by it or they're just whatever. But I think that's dude, there's plenty of talk in the Bible about it. I think there's a Psalms about how, it's brought down kings, man. I mean, look at Samson. Not that he was a king, but look what happened to him. I mean, it's an extremely powerful thing. And it takes, I think, a daily effort to try to combat it. Is it going up? Eventually. It's definitely going to go up eventually. You just entered. Hopefully it takes off. Pull back to 380 would be cool. Edge of that 5-minute gap. I wanted to see a pullback to VWAP, but I'll show you the book map. There's plenty of orders above us here. No stop loss is what I'm hearing you say. Just had my biggest day trading so far. Made 2.5 across 3 accounts. Hey, there you go, man. Good job. Very nice work. Are you winning, son? I haven't taken anything yet. My TP is 25,430. Stops at 25,180. Stops at 25,183. Look at that push through that liquidity right there. How about that? Hey, nice trade, whoever entered that long. That was a smoker right there. It was hanging out like right here, wasn't it? 40-point move in 2 seconds. Just smack TP. There you go. Yeah, not surprising, Kyle. They'll lie to you, man. That's one thing they're known to do. Made up for my red week. Feeling good. There you go, Strictly. Very nice, man. You had a good day yesterday too, right? You're crushing it, Young. You're crushing it, man. Keep it up. Was long at 25,277, but already up on the day and didn't want to lose profits. Hey, yeah, if you're up on the day, man, that's a good day. I wanted this trade, but I wanted to pull back up 500 on a brand new 50K. There you go, juiced. Who would have guessed? Like a trustworthy guy. How much are you up on the day, Noah? February's 1/3 done. Just realized flying by. Yeah, dude. It's pretty wild. Got a birthday coming up here in 10 days. Up 700, boom. Not a whole lot of liquidity left here. There's a big stack of orders at 25,450. But other than that, the next level is at basically at 25,500. 200 on 3 eval, 700 across 3. There you go. Christian, what's your favorite PR song? Barbie Girl. How do you see where big orders are at? I use Bookmap, this software. I'd get you the SVJ, but might have to be an IOU. Appreciate the thought, man. Normal one, man. Nah, throw it up, my little John. That's probably, on a serious note, that song is, since I was a kid, been a banger. How do you know where to put TP and stop? TP I generally put at key levels or where what is a key level based on the book map. Like if I was long here, which I'm not suggesting, but I would have my TP at 25,450. But TP or stops are generally below where a rejection point has established itself. Like right now we have a rejection point at 25,425. So stops below that would probably be where you'd want it. But this is not an area where I'd want to get into a trade. That's why I'm not in it. You play steal a brain route? I don't know what that means. Hey, Nathan, that's a good day, man. That's a great day. Appreciate you being here. Hope you have a good day. You ever played Bloodborne? Have not. How do you improve your discipline in day-to-day life, not just trading? Start with the small things, man. Start with the small things. For me, it's praying as soon as I get up. Don't immediately get on your phone. Pray as soon as I get up, and as soon as I get out of bed, I make my bed. I think if you can do that, that starts to build a pattern of discipline that'll lead to other areas of discipline. When are we getting on Minecraft, Cato? I don't play Minecraft. I probably would like it, but I don't play it. I wish I had more time for video games, man. I don't. I love gaming. Tarkov is the only game when I have like a spare. I will say I have a brother that he and I play Battlefield 6. So, that's a way for us to stay in touch and to stay connected. But for the most part, I don't have time. Sounds like you read 12 Rules for Life. I have read that. I've read pretty much everything that Peterson's written. But I think that generally that's just a good, I think anybody that's giving you any advice about developing a system of discipline, they're going to tell you to start with small things. Then it builds, man. It's just like trading. I mean, small wins build. Look at this dump. That 1-to-1 just got stopped out, didn't it? Start with gambling. Yeah, I don't recommend gambling, man. I don't participate. I'll play blackjack if I'm at or near a casino, like if I go to a casino, but that's a rare occurrence. I'm not sure where this dump is coming from because there's nothing on the book map drawing this. Somebody say something. Did we bomb Iran or something? Or just a pull back to the VWAP. Somebody just got a good entry right there. Old Benny came through. Pro gets in a 100-mile radius. It's a moth to the flame. I'm honestly not very good at blackjack, man. I have a brother who's very good at it, but I'm not. I enjoy playing, but I don't enjoy losing. What am I trading? This is NASDAQ futures. He's already gone. You ain't got to worry about it. Anybody like that gets gone in about 2 seconds. I'm in long. Should I be worried? If I'm ever feeling worried in a trade, I try to get out of it because you shouldn't feel worried. This is what the book map looks like. I'll let you come up with your own. You can decide for yourself. Did you ever move to Texas? No. I've been to Texas, and I'm not a huge fan of the landscape, man. I like green. I like luscious green. I like mountains. I like the beach. Very cryable price action. Stopped out and instantly ran a TV tower. When that happens, man, that's maddening, dude. You're going to wait till afternoon. Those are big candles. Potentially, Everett. Yeah, I'm not a huge fan of what I'm seeing. Yeah, Texas was very brown. And I will say, I was only in, I was near Austin and all around. I was in Austin and all around Austin. So maybe that was just, I know it's a massive state, so maybe that wasn't a good perspective of what the rest of the state looks like, but very, very potential pullback there. Very good potential pullback. Very good potential trade on the pullback, I should say. Would you rather live in Washington or Colorado? Neither. Isaiah, what's up, man? Washington State is beautiful, but I just wouldn't want to live there for a whole host of other non-environmental reasons. Which book map do I buy? So you need the Global Plus regular book map subscription, and then you need CME data for futures. Global Plus is the book map like software that you want, and then you have to purchase data also. You want the CME data for NASDAQ and S&P 500. 5 ticks away from TP and got hit break even. Better than stop loss, or yeah, your stop loss getting hit. Pushing up here. This could be a pullback for the short. I have not been to Colorado now. I'd love to go. I just wouldn't want to live there. I just blew my account. How'd you do that, man? I think you could probably guess pricing. Oversizing. Hey, you identified the problem, man. That means you can fix it. I know right now you're very frustrated or potentially very frustrated, but at least you can identify the issue and make the correction. And make sure you identify why you oversized. Were you getting greedy? Were you revenge trading, trying to make up for losses? I'd make sure you identify that too, because you got to fix that. Those are the sorts of things that will prevent you from being profitable. Make sure you're journaling these things because they help you tremendously. I know it's a pain in the butt and it can probably feel stupid, but when you write down exactly what went wrong and what you were feeling and all that kind of stuff, it makes it easier to correct it. And it also, when you're journaling and things are going well, when you reach a rough patch, you can look back on what was working when things are going well, and you can say, okay, well, I'm not doing that currently. I need to start doing that again. Is Trump live? I'm looking at the foreign minister of affairs right now for Iran. Yeah, there's something getting ready to pop up with that. I saw somebody opened a $100,000 bet that we're gonna get ready to attack them. Do you do bodybuilding or just go to the gym for yourself? I go to the gym for myself, man. Trading becomes so much less fun when you're making money. It should be boring. It really should be boring. I don't see Trump. Is somebody saying that he's alive right now? Because I don't see him. I'm popping around on a couple different news stations here. I don't see him. That doesn't mean he's not on. He could be on, Kyle, and I'm missing it. So I'm not seeing it myself currently. You just got a 30% return on options off this bounce. There you go, man. Very nice. Yeah, I think if Ben, if it was actually popping off, this would be going down here. Most likely. Yeah, let me know, Tristan. You were on the Flex accounts? Is that what you said you were using? Time's now live on YouTube. Okay. There you go, Nick. Let's see. Appreciate that. I see you. Yeah, he's talking at the White House. Let's see what they're saying. Yeah, flex. Way better rules for only 500 payout. Everett, there shouldn't be a time desync right now. It should be pretty straight up. But I said that I was going to start doing the Discord too. I need to do that. It's pretty easy for me to do that as well. So going forward, if you want to do it, if you want me to be there, I'll definitely do it. Hardly a second behind. Yeah. He's talking about space program or something. No delay. Yeah, there you go. Let me use the bathroom while he's talking. Yeah, I'm not sure what talking about the Space Force would be negative to the market. Maybe this is just how it would have moved regardless. Secret lab ad. Is that what it was showing? I need to figure out how to wash this thing, dude. I use self tanner sometimes, and it like gets onto this chair. It's not good. It is, yeah. MS, it is. He's talking about Space Force. Might just hop off. Took a W yesterday. Need 3. Yeah, nothing wrong with that. Water. It's a great skill to have, is the ability to not feel like you have to take a trade every day. The data plan is separate, Reaper, so you have to go to. I'll give you the link. Hang on one second. Is that Tuberville talking?
Come on, where is it? I will say one thing that they need to do is get better about organizing their website. Here it is right here, Reaper. What's your favorite workout? I don't know. I do enjoy the bench press, but I feel like that's kind of cliche. Lat pull downs. I was up to the It's always a gamble when he starts speaking, man. It could either go in your favor or really, really go against you. Yeah, incline is one of my favorites too, ever. I would, Omer, is that how you say your name? Or Omir? I would wait until they get done with this press conference just to be safe. CME, yep. Or if you want gold and silver, I don't know if you mess with gold and silver as well, you're going to want COMEX as well. But for NASDAQ and S&P 500 futures, you'll need CME data. I'm done doing gold. Yeah, I don't blame you, dude. Hey, I saw that, Tristan. Congrats, man. I was thinking about you. I was like, I bet Tristan's pumped. Yeah, Janko, I would agree. Doing squats probably give you the best like natural high out of any workout. From Bookmap, Michael. I use their data. I appreciate that, man. Appreciate the follows. Teddy, I don't know if this is what's affecting price. It probably is, but Trump is having a press conference in the Oval right now, talking about moving the space program to Huntsville, Alabama. He's got some of the senators from Alabama there right now. He's got the vice president, got some congressmen. Do you have kids? Not that I know of. Going on paper. It's not a bad idea. Do you even trade or you just sit and talk? 90% of effective trading is not trading, to be completely honest. TikTok has people confused with all these LARPers that are live streaming all the time with 10 different trades on their screens and their Photoshop P&Ls. We got twins at home. What are you talking about? Bro, we're sitting here waiting for a press conference to get over with. Have some patience, Levy. Yeah, what press conference? See, that's what I'm talking about, man. You're not even aware that there's a press conference going on. Yeah, there's a press conference going on. Do you expect an inverse? No, I'm still pretty bullish here, man. We got a bunch of orders on the book map above us. I'm just waiting. Where does it go and predict it on? No, if you're on YouTube, Hugo, go to Times Now. Just search Times Now under the live tab and it'll come up. I think it's coming to an end though. I officially have Bookmap. There you go. Very nice, man. It'll take some time to get used to it, so don't get discouraged. It's like anything else; it takes some time to get used to. But once you get comfortable with it, it's going to make a huge difference. Simulation, yep. Simulation mode. Yeah, I've heard that there are some YouTube lives that do it for free. I'm not sure if how like instantaneous the feeds are, whether there's a delay. And I also have heard it's only ES. So the settings, Mr. Boogie, are in the Discord. I posted the screenshots of the settings that I use, but really, for the most part, I just use the default. I have the VWAP. That's what I rely on. I mean, that's really the best indicator to have on there. Yeah, they're in the Discord. Four-second delay shows both. There you go. Yeah, if you can do that, I'd definitely recommend doing that and avoid the $100 a month. Where can you watch the press comments? It's probably coming to an end soon. He's still talking right now, but on YouTube, search Times Now under the live tab. It's there. Yeah, I do. I have Bookmap on the YouTube, on the stream. Spider senses are tingling for a deeper pullback. That you could be right, man. Down to the VWAP, down at 25,360 area. So you could very well be right. We'll see, though. I thought about doing that, DJ, but I looked into the contract, and that is very clearly labeled as something that you're not allowed to do. So I'm scared to do it. I'm scared they'll like revoke my subscription or whatever if I do that. How long have you been trading? 4 years. Okay, Christian, now gamble, press sell on 10 minis. I'm going to clear this chart up a little bit. Full-time trader? Yeah. Full-time as in from 9 a.m. till 11. I think that's all you really need to be on the charts. If I don't see a trade there, I pop back in the PM session. I don't know that there's a scheduled end time, Mr. Boogie. I think you got to know Trump, man. He'll talk until he's done. That's what he does. Yeah, no, that's what I was thinking too. Looks like it could be on the docket here. Your spidey senses, Mampa, are trustworthy, I think. I don't know, Dallas. I'm going to get some water while this is going. I hate it when I forget to fill up my water, man. You ding dong ditch, Christian. You broke 2 laptops this morning? How'd you do that, man? No, I got a filter, man. I got a zero water filter. Don't do tap water, you know that. When I build my house, I'll have one of those beefy systems. What happened exactly, though, in terms of trading? Yeah, I'm in NC. Okay, me too, man. I'm in Chapel Hill. Chapel Hill. In some heavy drawdown right now. Glad I switched to paper for that. Yeah, it's smart, man. Hey, Kyle, thanks for being here, bro. Have a good day, man. You ever see J. Cole riding his bike around? No, I don't. I saw J. Cole. I'm going to sound like such a dweeb saying this, but I was a J. Cole fan before he was actually like mainstream, man. Back in the day, like way back in the day, my buddy Moose put me on to him. Like, I'm talking when he was still dropping on like, what was that? What was that hip hop website? Oh, there was a website where he was dropping his music before it was even like a popular thing. And we went and saw him at the Fillmore in Charlotte. It was a very small little venue. Dat Piff. That's what it was. Yeah. No, it's not even SoundCloud. This is pre-SoundCloud days, man. Dat Piff. Yeah. And we went and saw him. It was like it was a tiny little venue, dude. We were right there. And then all of a sudden he blew up. I wish he'd put out some more music. Is Lucid down? Yep. Bad gateway. They're connected with Cloudflare. I don't know. Is Cloudflare having issues? Did he really just drop an album? This is how, like, in my own world I've been, man. I'm gonna have to give that a listen. That gives me something to listen to today. Where would you recommend for somebody to start trading? YouTube. I would highly recommend YouTube and getting really acquainted with what's going on, and then hone in on a strategy or a philosophy that makes sense to you. And then where you would officially start, like actually trading, would be on paper. You can get a Trading View Essential plan, and then pay for the data. All in, it's going to be about $22 a month. And you trade paper until you can execute a strategy consistently with positive results over a month or a month, and a half, 2 months, something like that, and then get a very cheap eval. And that's kind of the progression. That's the order of operations. Yeah, but your data is going to be delayed, DJ. So it's kind of hard to really effectively trade without live data. Connor.
You like that text? Happy Tuesday, man. Good luck on that test. Bro, Riley, I remember you. Do you backtest or did you? Yeah, I've backtested a ton, dude. I don't necessarily do it anymore because I have my strategy. I think when you're first learning and you're first trying to get comfortable, that's a great way to practice and really get in the groove. Yeah, I'd spend every weekend doing it, and pretty much every night as well. I was obsessed with it. I enjoyed it, but it gets to a point where you got to get your feet wet and get into the market, and really, this is the only real effective way to kind of actually get moving. It says 2:30 red folder. I don't have 2:30 red folder. 8:30 a.m. was the only red folder news today. 8:30 tomorrow. 8:30 on Friday. Dude, if you're making 3% a month, that's a good. Am I waiting for it to sweep those lows? I'm just waiting, man. Trump's still talking at the moment. Trump's still here. So, waiting for him to get done. January wrecked me too, dude. How long is he gonna talk for? I don't know, man. He's a yapper. Yeah, there you go. I think the live data is huge. It's hard. I know some people that were trying to learn, and they were like, "Dude, every time I get into a trade, I'm already in drawdown." Why is that? I'm like, "Because you don't have live data, dude." Yeah, I'm listening right now. No, it doesn't give me a bias. I just like to wait until he's done. I think this wants to go up. I think the market's waiting for what I'm waiting for him to get done. The book map looks pretty lit up to the upside here. What site is that on? What do you mean, Chase? Oh, what side am I listening to? Trump? That's YouTube. You go to YouTube and search Times Now under the live tab, it pulls up. Lucid or My Fund Futures, which do you think is better? Lucid. I like Lucid. Take some time, Riley, to get used to it. It really took me about a year to really get comfortable using it as a strong confluence or as a reliable way to trade. But I definitely think it's now that I have it and I'm comfortable with it, I don't know how I would ever trade without it. You watch soccer? No. Yeah, I'm not even exaggerating, Riley. If you had to take everything else away from me and I could only choose one thing, I would choose Bookmap, without a doubt. Have you seen the new Top Step changes? Yes. I don't trade Top Step. I'm not a huge fan, so it doesn't affect me. But I did see price increases and some of the other stuff that they're doing. How's the ES looking on Bookmap? Got some liquidity above us in the 700s, up to 700, excuse me, up in the teens, all the way up to 70.20. 70.10 is a big line. There's also orders down to the VWAP now coming in. As I'm speaking, there's orders coming in down to the VWAP at 69.90. It's a good beginner funded account. Mark, I would definitely check out the Tradeify Select 50K account. The profit target's only $2,500. Pretty easy to follow rules, nothing too crazy or complex. You get $2,000 of drawdown available to you. Once you pass, you can select either a plan that you can get a payout every 5 days or a plan where you can get daily payouts. You have to reach a buffer before you're eligible to take those payouts, but once you're eligible, you can either do daily payouts or every 5 days. You're capped at $1,000 a day for the daily. You're capped at like $3,000 for the 5 day. So I think those plans are really easy for people who are new. Muncie, there you go, man. Taking my second payout ever this evening, max 3 on 3 accounts. Your mindset has really helped me a ton, dude. Hey, that's awesome, Muncie. I love hearing that, dude. Makes my day hearing that kind of stuff. Congratulations, dude. I would get comfortable with Bookmap before you start relying on it heavily, Riley. You got to really get comfortable with it. I'm almost, and I don't say this as like a pejorative. I don't use this term in a negative way. I'm almost autistic. So like I obsess over certain things, and Bookmap was one of those things that I have obsessed over in terms of learning it. And you have to spend a tremendous amount of time watching it and not doing anything else. You're not looking to actually get into the market or take a trade. You're watching it comparatively with TradingView. And if you spend a ton of time doing that, that's how you get good at it. What's the buffer? It's 2,000 on the 50K account. And with the LLC, Riley, I would only recommend doing that once you start taking some significant money out of the market. Or if you're blowing a significant amount of evals, spending a ton of money, and you want to be able to write all that stuff off, like that's not a bad idea. I already had an LLC that I kind of converted over to my trading account or to my trading company. So I already had it all, the framework of it set up. I had all the documents drafted. I had to make a couple different changes, but that's why it was so easy for me to make that transition. What am I waiting for? I'm waiting for 47 to stop talking. Haven't taken trades yet, no. Like I said, Riley, it's one of those things where you're going to have to watch it and pay attention and things start to make sense. It's so hard. I've had people ask me to make videos on like how to use Bookmap. And it's one of those things where the only way that I can compare it to is if you ever have played video games, like you've played competitive video games of any sort, I could sit there and explain to you how it works. I could sit there and explain to you the rules of Warzone or the rules of Fortnite, or you pick it, Tetris. But just knowing how the game is played and how to win isn't going to make you a good player. Actually playing the game endlessly is going to be what makes you a competitive player. So Bookmap is a very similar concept where it's like you can know exactly how Bookmap, the general concept of how it works, but until you get in there and you start watching it, aka using it, playing it, that's the only way you can really start to get good at it. Top model. What is Bookmap? It's level 2 data software. It's this right here. So it shows you where market orders are being placed, the aggression in which they're being placed. These are volume bubbles, so you can see the buyers or the sellers are in control. And then you have liquidity that is stacked up on the chart. These are limit orders, these different levels. Like you see these lines here. Lines, this is the VWAP right here. So you got a bunch of orders stacked up around the VWAP. That was ES, this is NQ. A lot more indecisive right here. You do have orders down to like 25,350 here. But I think everybody's kind of waiting for Trump to stop talking. Does it cost to join Discord? No, Discord's free, man. How do you get a hold of this information? Yeah, order flow wizard. If you're talking about Bookmap, you got to pay for the Bookmap subscription, which is to have access to their software, and then you pay for the data. So it's two separate things that you have to pay for. All in, it's roughly $100 a month. Can you read Bible verse 31:17? What book? What book of the Bible? Sent you the 100 on Cash App. Hope your grandma gets better. Ballas, you're the man, dude. I don't know what I'd do without you. Big stack of orders just came in down to 25,365, which is basically right down here. Boom. See that? I was going to say, you just hit TP then there, Boogie. Hugo, if you search Times Now under the live tab on YouTube, it pops up. I have so you can have the trade light map, Joy, which is supposed to filter out the bots and things like that. But I don't think there's any way to be 100% sure. But for the most part, it's, again, not to keep saying this, but it's one of those deals where the more you watch it, you'll realize what is legit and what's not. You'll kind of get the idea. Like if you see somebody pushing and pulling an order, a large set of orders, like you see a stack of 100 orders that's constantly coming in, going out, coming in, going out, you know that somebody's just BSing. And it's actually illegal. I didn't realize that. But that behavior is actually illegal for institutions to do. I didn't realize that until recently, but they do it. I mean, you can clearly see it. So Bookmap is basically VWAP, stop orders in the market, like seeing what majority of people think. It's not, you can select the VWAP, you can put the VWAP indicator on there. But it's basically, it's level 2 data is what they call it. I mean, it's where you can see, the most beneficial part of it is the momentum and seeing where the orders are stacked up. So you can see the aggression with these volume bubbles at which the orders are coming in. Like I just called that dump out right here. I mean, I saw all of a sudden a big player came in and threw a bunch of orders down there at that level. And you're like, yeah, that's getting ready to get absorbed. It's almost like fishing. Like if you're watching, you're dropping your bait down to the level where you see the fish on the fish finder. Like, do you have a profit loss calendar template? I use TradeZilla, Everett. Yeah, the smaller bubbles. So the bubble sizes, and you can change the bubble sizes. Like I can make these way different. So the smaller the bubble, typically the smaller the volume. The bigger the bubble, more volume. And obviously, if it's more green than red, then the buyers are in control. Like you'll see some of the bubbles will be super lit up green or red. That's who's in control. Pro fishes too. Yeah, man. I actually haven't been in a while, but I grew up fishing. Getting book maps soon, and I'm wondering how much replay I get. You can, so when you have this open during the market session, you can have it selected to save the data. So you can go back at any point. It saves it to a file inside of your computer under saves it under the book map folder under cache, I think. And you can go back and open it. You can, when you open Bookmap, it'll give you options, simulation, trading, or replay, and you select replay, and then you open the cache folder and you select the session that you want to replay, and you could technically backtest or watch the tape from the previous sessions. But you got to have Bookmap open for it to save it. It's not going to save it automatically, I don't think. I wait for a pullback. So if Riley, I see a clear direction, like we're shooting up, there'd be these pullbacks. You'll see a key level where price was rejecting previously, and it'll pull back to that level. That's typically where I try to take my entries. And then I want to see that there's a clear target, a continuation in that direction. So if you're trading ICT concepts, it's basically a continuation model, but you're getting confirmation of it based on the book map. And sometimes the continuation's a lot smaller than what you would expect on an ICT setup. Like if you're looking for a retrace into a 5-minute or a 15, it might not be that severe of a pullback when it happens when you're using it with Bookmap. Could be a pullback that is severe though, like a pullback to VWAP, like basically what we had here. I'm still waiting for Trump to stop talking, dude. He's still talking. I appreciate that, man. Why are you so strong? I'm not, dude. This is all oil injections. It's fake. It's not real. Super Bowl halftime should have been Christian taking a trade in Asia. Hey, that was your people, Ballas. That was your man, dude. That was one of your guys. Drop the shoulder routine. I do a lot of lateral raises. Where's Trump talking? If you go to YouTube under the live tab and search Times Now, their channel is carrying the feed. I know, man. I'm messing with you. I'm messing with you, Ballas. I'm friends with a chick who's Puerto Rican. I always mess with her. Why do you guys hate that so much, dude? I swear, people from Puerto Rico hate when you call them Mexican. Wait, so when you see a price pulling in both directions, you check if Trump's speaking? No, I mean, Ballas, that isn't like a default. Nick, my buddy Nick was in the TikTok and told me that he was speaking. I actually didn't know that he was talking because he wasn't on the news. I took my blackout blanket off the blinds here, and now it's like completely screwing up. What vehicles you got? I got a Ford Pinto. Two-tone. Boogie, you're up on the day, right? You just hit TP, right? Yeah, I call it a day, man. It's a good day. Traded in a lot of... I'm about to be off. Pinto's running strong. Let me know if you want to sell it. I'm on the tube as well, Boogie.
Yeah, you got to be 18, man. How long you been trading? 4 years. How does Rip find his levels of interest and where he wants to trade from? Is it from the levels he has marked out? Yeah, he uses 4-hour highs and lows, I believe. You can actually use his indicator, Jack. He has an indicator now. Rip's key levels. And I think it marks out, yeah, so like he basically uses the same, it's basically the Spaceman BTC indicator to an extent, but he uses this and you can change the settings. I think he uses 4-hour highs and lows and things like that as his key levels. Peck flash before you leave, feed the people. Can't do it, man. What was the turning point? I think the turning point for anybody is when you realize you don't have to force this and that it actually can work if you allow it to. I feel like so many people are rushing the process because they want to know if they can actually do this or not, and it leads them to slower progress. What's up, Boogie? I think when you realize if you look at trading as if you look at your success as an inevitability, then it takes so much pressure off of you and it makes it easier to trade and look for good setups and stick to your rules and all that. Because a lot of the over trading and the over leveraging is trying to force trades so that you can prove that this will work or that you can do it. So I think a turning point for most people is getting to the point where you don't feel the need to do that. You can relax. If you miss a trade or something goes by and somebody's like, "Oh my God, man, can't believe those shorts were so free," and it's like, so what, man? Like once you do this for long enough, you realize another trade will come along. It's no big deal to miss a trade. So I feel like that comfortability, that confidence, that's the turning point. And some people get there way quicker than others. Any tips on getting the payout? Slow and steady, man. Slow and steady. If something's working, don't make huge changes. Stick to what's been working. Ask Jay. I mean, I think Jay would probably be a good person to ask right now because he's sitting here. He's, not to mess with your psychology at all, Jay, but like there's been something that has changed with him that is clearly working. Jay has taken $16,000 out of the market in the past 2 weeks. So it's clearly there's something working there. And I think what he would tell you, and he's in here, he can tell you himself, but it's the being comfortable with taking base hits and not forcing trades, not over trading, not over leveraging, having rules that protect you and sticking to them and not breaking those. I feel like a lot of, I don't mean to throw shade because I feel like I do this sometimes, but I feel like there's a lot of TikTok live traders that really misrepresent what real trading is. Like real trading isn't this glamorous, like constantly being in a trade, constantly hitting bangers. That's not real trading. Real trading is sometimes you're not taking a trade at all. You're sitting on your hands and just watching. And people are like, "Why aren't you taking a trade?" It's like, dude, that's not, like, constantly being in a trade is not real trading. The best rule I adopted from you is the 2 trades a day max. Yeah, that's a huge trading rule that I think is super beneficial. Even if you're a scalper, man, you can take 2 or 3, 4 trades in a day and be fine. Like 4 trades max. I hit 4 trades yesterday. The only reason I hit 4 and not 3 was because the 3rd trade that I took, I closed it because there was a massive order that showed up on the book map that I was like, I don't know about that. So I closed it and then got back in almost immediately. I was thinking about TPT, but the intraday trailing drawdown is keeping me away. Could you explain it? Yeah, from whatever your peak balance is, like if you get into a trade right here and it goes up $1,000 and then before you close the trade, it comes back to where you're only up 500, that $500 difference counts against your drawdown. So it kind of forces you to close trades maybe earlier than you would like rather than allowing it to just play out. And people struggle with getting used to that. It is a little tricky, but I think overall they're an excellent firm. I would not vouch for a firm unless I personally trade with them and thought that they were excellent. Do you choose your contract size based on confidence, or do you always go for the same amount? I typically stick to the same amount, 1 or 2 contracts. But if there's just clear, I mean, if we're just clearly pushing, like it's just a ridiculous pump or dump, and we got a strong pullback, I might size up a contract or two. It really just depends on the situation. But I keep a pretty tight stop. If I do size up, I'll tighten my stops just to be super careful. Still talking. He's still talking over here. I do minis, but Jay trade. If you're looking at Jay, he trades a different style than I trade, and I think if you're trading his style, you need to stick with the micros. 5 micros, maybe 10 micros. It allows you to scale in and out of a trade. I think that is the responsible way to trade that style. I'm done for the day. Horrible view. Yeah, I don't blame you, man. I'm usually off by this time. I'm just staying on here to talk to you guys. Have not taken a trade, no. Yeah, I do move to break even. I do, yeah. It's a level decision. It's a market structure decision typically, or a book map decision. Like if I see we just swept a major liquidity level and there's not a ton of stuff above us, I'll definitely move to break even or move my stops into profit just in case it does turn around. What's the difference between 10 micros and 1 mini? It's the same in terms of a sizing, from a sizing perspective, but what it allows you to do if you're trading for longer trades, like you're looking for, you know, more points, it allows you to scale out of the position and take profits as you go up, or scale in, you know, keep adding in. You know, you start the position with 2 micros and you scale all the way up to 10, or vice versa. Yeah, Jay just said it. The fees do add up if you're trading a ton. Like if you're trading 30 or 40 micros, those fees will add up. It doesn't, DJ. Plays almost zero role in this, to be honest. All right, guys. I usually get off at 11. I'm 12 minutes past here, so I'm going to hop off. Got to go eat, get ready for the rest of my day. So appreciate you guys being here. Appreciate the engagement, all the follows and everything. Love you guys. Stay safe. God bless you. I'll be back tomorrow. Yeah, tomorrow. Same time, same place. So appreciate you being here. If you're green, don't give any of it back. If you're red, don't make it worse. Maybe he's done talking. This might be delayed. I don't know. All right, we'll catch you guys later.